Quiero que Sahirenys here. I am super excited to be back, and if you're new, welcome. Our community is all about sharing tips and strategies to help you better manage your finances and lifestyle with Poise. So, a few weeks ago, I shared on my IG stories that I was finishing up my bulk buy. This is where I buy all of my tool tree items for the year, where I include cleaning supplies, personal care items, and even some food items. Now, I got a lot of questions about my bulk buy, like how do I do it, what do I buy, and how do I store it. But the question that stood out the most to me was, how does somebody start bulk buying when money's already so tight? Ah, that's a good question. As someone who's seen the benefits of bulk buying for the past 7 years, I want to make it crystal clear that this strategy is not just about saving money. It's actually allowed me to save time by taking fewer trips to the store, manage my spending triggers like Target, and also help me get better organized. Nowadays, it's also helped me minimize the effect of inflation to a certain point, of course. The benefits have been phenomenal. I know. You might be wondering, but how do I start bulk buying if I don't have the money to do it right now? Yes, there is an upfront cost to bulk buying, but that's not the biggest issue that we have. The biggest issue is a lot of times when we're confronted with solving a financial problem, we go with the first answer that pops into our head. We say, F it, put it on the credit card, we'll figure it out later. I want to stop you right there. Stop bulldozing through your financial problems. Stop. You have other options. Going into credit card debt is not your only solution. I want to focus this video on sharing my tips and tricks on how you can create a realistic book buying strategy based on where you're at right now. When you're a beginner, money's tight, and prices are high. So here are some strategic ways to bulk buy without getting into credit card debt. Tip number one, assess your needs. An effective strategy here is to kind of list out all the top products that you use on a daily basis. The goal here is you want to evaluate how quickly and how frequently you go through these top products in a week or even a month. In my opinion, personal care items is the best place to start. This could be with toothpaste or body soap since you use them on a daily basis. Now, this information is going to be very vital because it's going to help you evaluate how much of a product you actually have to buy to last you 3 months, 6 months, or even 12 months. A great way to track how much product you're using is to simply use the note-taking app on your phone, or my preferred way is to use Google Sheets or Excel so that you do not lose it. You're literally going to list out the product type, when you bought it, and the day that it finished. This way you can kind of figure out how many weeks it took you to finish off that product so that you can realistically have this information ready to go when you are ready to start your bulk buy. What you'll notice is that every product is going to be different. You might figure out that some products are worth bulk buying and some aren't. Like deodorant might not work out for you if you're always changing scents and brands, but toothpaste might be your go-to because you're not really changing that brand a lot of times. This is something that's really important to kind of test out right now early in the stages before you make such a large investment in buying it in bulk. And if you have a large family, also consider your kids' preferences because sometimes they might like one thing today and hate it the next day. Story time. So last year I learned a very valuable lesson about deodorant that I think is worth sharing. Usually I would buy the same deodorant year in and year out, but I started learning about antiperspirants and aluminum-free deodorants and how they lacked all of the cancerous ingredients that the regular deodorants kind of had. So I got kind of freaked out and I went ahead and bulk bought a whole bunch of new aluminum-free deodorants, and I hated it. I was so pissed off because I invested so much money on a product that I was not 100% sure of. This is why it is so important to make sure that you are evaluating what products you are going to be bulking up on before you just blindly go get it. This is a lesson that I learned, and this is why it's so important to not skip this step. And even if you are an experienced bulk buyer, make sure that you are evaluating your needs and making sure that you are testing out the products before you get it. And that's exactly what I'm doing right now. I'm testing out different aluminum-free deodorants until I find the one that works for me. Tip 2, test the waters by starting small before going large. Now, once you evaluate what products you use on a daily basis, the second step is to start small and see what items you can buy a little bit extra of without breaking the bank. The whole point here is you want to start off on a small scale before getting in the habit of actually wanting to do a bigger bulk buy in the future. You got to start small before you go big. You can implement this strategy by simply buying an extra tube of toothpaste or a larger pack of body soap. This does not have to be a big and expensive experience. It might cost you an additional $2 to $6 per item, which won't really break your budget compared to actually doing a big bulk buy. The point here is you want to expose yourself to the benefits of bulk buying and really figure out if you even like it. Do you like knowing that you have an extra tube of toothpaste already? Are you seeing yourself taking fewer trips to the store? Are you using more toothpaste now that you have more of it? These are the experiences you really want to get under your belt before you go all in. Tip number 3, get the best deals by price matching before you set a budget. Now, when it comes to planning out your bulk buy, you want to get a good feel of how much it's going to cost in total. One of the ways that you can do this is by price matching from your favorite stores right online for all of your essentials. You can check out Amazon, Target, Walmart, or Costco, for example. And the best part about this is that you can do this all right from your couch. All you have to do is add to cart to get the total cost, including shipping and taxes. After I do all of that, I like to open up a Google Sheets where I list out the products that I want to buy in bulk and also the stores that had the best prices. This way I can kind of get a gist for how much this bulk buy is going to cost. From there, it's really important that you start considering if you want to do a 3-month haul, a 6-month, or even a 12-month haul, whatever works for you. A pro tip here is before solidifying what you're going to buy in bulk, make sure you are very aware of expiration dates. Nowadays, almost everything has an expiration date. This is something that I forgot to do when I first started bulk buying. I bought a whole bunch of sunscreens and a lot of them actually end up expiring on me. So please be very aware of that. Tip 4, save strategically with a sinking fund. One of the best ways to purchase everything that you need without going into credit card debt is to use a sinking fund. This is a saving strategy where you break up a large goal into bite-sized pieces to make saving money more realistic. Now, let's say, for example, your goal is to save $300 for your bulk buy. You can decide to save $50 per paycheck or $100 every single month until you reach your goal. To implement this strategy, you want to designate a specific savings account as your sinking fund. If you're using the Hi-Fi banking method, this is going to be your short-term goals account. Now, if this method is brand new to you, definitely check out my other videos on the Hi-Fi banking method and also my blog, thepoisedlifestyle.com, to get a lot more resources. With this strategy, you're not just giving yourself a 3-month window to achieve your financial goal, you're also giving yourself time to practice the other 3 tips that we talked about today, which is pretty much evaluating what products you want to buy in bulk, making sure that you start small before you go large, and price matching, making sure that your budget is still correct. All of these tips are going to allow you to have a more enjoyable experience when it comes to bulk buying in general. As a side note, when it comes down to pulling the trigger and actually purchasing your items, I don't want anyone to feel financially overwhelmed or stressed out trying to do an annual bulk buy right now. This is something that took me years to build up to. When I first started, I didn't have a lot of storage space, so I could only do a 3-month haul. And then eventually I did a 6-month haul. But once I became a parent, I found it a lot more convenient to do a 12-month haul. Plus, I had more storage at that point. So I want to make it very clear that there's baby steps here that I don't want anyone to get confused about. Bueno, mi gente, I hope you enjoyed this video, and please do not forget to share this information with all your friends and family so that we can all manage our finances and lifestyle with poise. Well, until next time, bye.